Xiomy here. So today I'm going to do my biannual Bibliothon video, and today's topic is creative book review. Now I'm going to do a sort of a narrative poem on one of the book reviews that I recently just read, and it's basically for you to do a book review in a creative way. You can either do it singing or do it through a poem. I chose a poem, so I'm going to do it through a narrative poem like I just said, and I'm going to forewarn you before you even watch this video, if you haven't read the Throne of Glass series, specifically obviously the first book, Throne of Glass, the second book, Run of Midnight, or Air of Fire, I humbly suggest that you not watch this video, because I am going to spoil the heck out of these videos, and I don't want to be the cause of your demise for you not reading these books, because overall you should read these books. They are very good. So I'm going to do my creative book review on a narrative poem based on the Throne of Glass. So I'm not going to elaborate on everything, because if not, we'll be here all day. I've chosen some things that I like, specifically about the characters, and that's how I'm going to do this poem. So I hope that you enjoy it. Oh boy. Where do I begin? Duh. Let's start with the first book of the series, Throne of Glass. Oh wait. Did you just say, was this book wonderful? Oh yes, on such a grand level. You might ask if I enjoyed the world building. Being able to visualize every scene with such intensity was a marvelous experience. Was there a connection with the characters? If I say no, I'd be a liar. The writing style is one that I adored. I admired Selena Sardothian's rough attitude and her smart mouth. I loved her bickering with Dorian and Kale. It was marvelous. Didn't enjoy her showing off at times. How she adored books is one thing that I enjoyed about her. She says that libraries are full of ideas, perhaps the most dangerous and powerful of all weapons. For one of Adelin's most feared and deadliest assassins, she does hold some scrumptious mysteries. In Crown of Midnight, she pissed me off. How she could love with such intensity and then hate with such ferocity. Funny how Kale became her punching bag, blaming him for everything, not knowing until the near end who was rightfully to blame. Was growing tired of her cowardice and her constant neglect of her past. But it's understandable to some degree. I desired so badly for her to claim her throne and embrace her powers and become the future queen of Terran. It only took 2 3/4 of a book for her to accomplish that. In Air of Fire, you proved how fierce and powerful you were. I would have appreciated it if you loved Nehemia more in life than in death. Kale Westfall, such an honorable captain of the guards. He's a loyal and respectful man, and above all, a bit of a brooding individual, if I do say so myself. The man who escorted Selena from the caves of Endavir and embraced her true strength. Having feelings he didn't want to succumb to, but the heart is stronger than the mind. In Crown of Midnight, he loved with such desire. He did sound like a bickering old lady to his spouse, but in such a lovely way. A freaky little man, if you ask me. Doing it in the broom closet. Kale, what's wrong with you? If Selena would have killed him, I would have unleashed a level of spite the world has never seen. Oh my, that was a bit dramatic, right? By the end of Crown of Midnight, I knew that my ship had sank. And you know what? I'm okay with that. In Air of Fire, he was conflicted, not knowing if to choose a side or to go and rule his land as a lord. Did his blind loyalty to the king affect him as a person? I'd have to say yes. Did he learn from his mistakes and was willing to sacrifice everything to amend it? Oh yes. Then there's Dorian, a prince unlike his evil father. One who saved Selena from the salt mines of Endavir. So lovely in Throne of Glass, but a predictable move to have him fall in love with the assassin. Respected his friendship with Kale. It felt like a true brotherly bond. Still afraid to stand up to his father, but be patient and you'll see. In Crown of Midnight, he was such a jealous little prick, whose jealousy didn't even have him looking or talking to Kale. But something magical sparked in you, and you must embrace it. In Air of Fire, well, I don't know what to think of you. Funny how the deaths of thousands of innocents of slaves made you realize Kale's true intentions. But your aftermath was a cliffhanger. Oh, Nehemia, such a beacon of light. Once she befriended Nehemia, their bond was so enjoyable. She guarded such secrets, such a fierce individual willing to sacrifice herself for her people. I think she planned her demise with Queen Elena to awaken the true heir. Chapter 25! Knowing her demise served the true purpose. Then we have Archer Finn, such a conniving bastard who played a role in breaking Selena's life apart. Did I enjoy his demise? With such gratification. Prince Rowan was such a hateful individual, and could he show some compassion every now and then? I guess being immortal makes you a jerk. But I must admit, I enjoyed his brows with Selena. He's brooding, loyal, and a sadistic fate. But once his past was revealed, I did warm up to him. I know Faye's mate for life, but there's a shroud of mystery if he feels anything for Selena. I mean, page 340. I can go on and on all day. You never know. But this is a ship I ship. Adion, a name whispered in Crown of Midnight. An air of fire, Sona did captivate my attention, hosting boisterous parties and leaving Kale with your mysterious disappearances. Psst, the king also found out. I suspected you were a rebel, but man, his twist was such a fascinating one. For he was the queen's shield and sword, his queen alive, a marvel he is soaking up, his bane half rebellion and half sympathizers. Makes you wanna cry. Making us think, could the king's demise be closer than we think? I have to admit, I loved Kale and Adion. Could they be parabatized? Oh wait, wrong book. Manon. A ruthless witch, an heir to the Blackbeaks. You commanded 13 with such loyalty to the old days. Also has an unquenchable bloodlust, but thrill for the hunt. So you wanted Titus, the fiercest wyvern, but an underdog proved his tenacity, naming him Abraxas, the flower-loving wyvern, or worm as you call him, whose withered heart with a sadistic desire didn't prove interest in me. No heart, no likey. To the king of Aderlin, I loathe you. A kingdom thriving on the blood of the innocents. A sadistic, ruthless leader. One who doesn't care for his family, only the lands that he commands. Also, what's the point of having a champion if you have entire legions at your disposal and a vast mysterious army brewing in 2 different sectors? Side note, it's safe to say that Selena has more first names than Jace has more last names. Now my review comes to an end. I loved everything about Throne of Glass, such an interesting book. In Crown of Midnight, I fangirled, I sobbed, I had a roller coaster of emotions. In Air of Fire, I struggled between like and dislike. I hope the Queen of Shadows doesn't disappoint. Overall, I'd give this series a 4 out of 5 stars. I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.